Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dare say. Just waiting for Jerry to log in. Don't forget to watch Poker's International YouTube. That's our sister channel. There's some good stuff on there. I think it's about 25 videos on there now. Jerry, we've just spoke about Big Ron's tournament and all that, and how that he thinks that Spencer Oliver and Roy Jones should train Anthony Joshua. As Spotty Frank Smith would say from Matchroom, good luck with that, Dennis. While I'm on here, I'm just going to roast Dennis. Dennis, I know you're watching because I've heard back. Why did you give Anna Rankin no rematch against Terry Harper on an Eddie Hills show? That's something you've never done. You always used to say, if you're trying to do out, make sure that my fighters get a rematch if they've got a belt. Your fighter had a world title and she never got a rematch. So practice what you preach. Right, I want to ask you this, Jerry, because we you being Irish and all that, and obviously you know Daniel Kings, don't you? Yeah?
Yeah, I've got him on speed dial.
Hey?
I've got him on speed dial. No, I don't.
Past you, Jerry, with that muzzy. I mean, you must be out your brains to have something like that crawling under your nose there. Sorry about that. I'm always digging you out for your Terry McDermott tash, aren't I? Right. Pablo Escobar, Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, they were all on that world's top 10 wanted, weren't they? Millions and millions in rewards were offered for them. And anyway, they went and got him, didn't they? And now he's been on that list for donkeys, Kinahan, and they haven't picked him up. Now, is he working with old Bill? Do they need him so they don't want to pick him up? And they'll pick him up eventually, but not yet. Or is he just like Scarlet Pimpernel? You seek him here, you seek him there, you seek him everywhere. I don't know, because why have they not picked him up? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. Is he a Bertie Smalls? You know Bertie Smalls is, don't you?
Refresh my memory.
Or Google Bertie Smalls on your thing now.
I reckon.
Has he done a Bertie? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? I didn't know who Bertie Smalls was, right, until Ronnie Knight. Hey?
He's a supergrass.
Bertie Smalls is the only person in UK history that cut a deal with the police when he got caught robbing banks. And he put all other bank robbers in, and they did him a deal, right, and didn't give him any porridge. Now, Bertie Smalls, now, years and years ago, Barbara Windsor the late Barbara Windsor, she used to go out with this gangster called Ronnie Knight. And anyway, to cut a long story short, old Bill kicked his door in one day, blah, 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 and he couldn't figure out who put him in. It was something petty this years ago. And he said, I reckon it was you that put me in. He says, she goes, it wasn't me, Ronnie. He goes, it was you done a Bertie on me. And I didn't know what he meant. And so somebody told me that he accused you of doing a Bertie. So has Daniel Kinahan done a Bertie on everybody? Because they can't find him, can they? They can't pick him up, can they? So is he outsmarting the whole world, police, FBI, Interpol, the lot, Mets in London and MI5, MI6? Is he outsmarting them all? Or is he doing a Bertie? Because I think we're entitled to know. Because that Nicola Tallant, who's in America, not in America, in Ireland, who runs that, is it Sunday World newspaper or it's something like that? It's called.
Yeah, Sunday World newspaper. Yeah.
She's hot on it. She's in hot pursuit, isn't she? But they could make a film. They could make a film about it, couldn't they? She's in hot pursuit. She just can't pin him down, can she? And he just keeps slipping through there. So I want to know: he's either a genius or he's like this mythical figure like Houdini, or is he doing a Bertie? I'm just asking questions. I don't know. I think we're entitled to know.
I don't know, mate. It could be any of those things. It could be.
What do the boxing fans? My little what they call it? These people in the boxing industry, like Sam Jones, and what they call it, Porky with his little cult following. What do they think about the cult? Right? I don't like that word cult, but They say poker's all them people that follow it. They say it's like a cult. Well, whatever. I look at it as just dedicated hardcore boxing fans. But what do you all think? Is he doing a Bertie, or is he like some mythical genius guy? Like I don't know what to make of it all, mate. Moves in the shadows at night, and nobody can pin him down, can they? Or is he somewhere and nobody don't know? Is he on an island somewhere? I don't know. Is he Robinson Crusoe? Where is he? I don't know. What do you think, Jerry?
I would say, mate, when you've got enough money,
You can go anywhere you want, can't you?
You know enough people, you can keep yourself away from the long arm of the law. I think so.
Adam Smith, Mr. Bean, aka Super Bean. I've changed his name now. Super Bean. I've emailed Super Bean, right? And I've heard nothing back. I've offered him a slot on the channel. I want to set a GoFund page up for them people that saved his life because he beat cancer, hasn't he? And he's not replied to me. I'm trying to do something good here for you, Super Bean, because we want to know what hospital you stayed at and what doctor and what type of cancer it was. It's falling on deaf ears. It's falling on deaf ears. What do you think, Jerry? What's going on there with Super Bean's cancer bullshit?
Yeah, I mean, surely Adam Smith wants to, spread the word about the great people who looked after him. And
I want to know in case I get it. I want to know who helped him. I want to go to the hospital that Super Bean went to.
Bring awareness to whatever kind of cancer it was, maybe set up a charity as well,
Yeah. 28 years at Sky, nobody's mentioning it. He left Sky to try other things and ended up working in boxing. But I've been told he was in rehab for gambling addiction and depression. And that's what happens when you've spunked your money. So why don't you just come clean? Everybody's got addictions in life. I've got mates who are addicted to coffee, chocolate. Well, I've been addicted to both of them. Drugs, yeah, I've done that. I've not done the drink. I've done the gambling one. So we've all got addictions. Just come on, you're that embarrassed that you can't come out and say it. So it is what it is, isn't it? Roberto Smith, another one ignoring my emails regarding the boxing board of control. At the helm of the ship, 17 year, I'm going to give you a 0 out of 10, Roberto Smith. Mainly because you had a limousine driving you about when you was a band driver for 18 months, drink driver. Roberto Smith, 0 out of 10 for your performance at the helm of the ship, boxing board of control. Where's Gary Sykes' fucking belt? When you're going to sit down with Julian McGowan and go through all the evidence that he's got for Gary Sykes' belt. That's all. Just sign off to say he's entitled to that belt outright, and we will sort out getting him the belt. We know how much they are. They're very, very, very expensive because each individual belt, Jerry, is hand painted. On the front, they're all different. They're not. Yeah. The belt's the same, but the Lord Lonsdale thing on the front is different. So that's all we want. We just wanted to say, yeah, it was clerical error and he won it outright. Carl Johansson was a proper defence, but you can't do it, can you? You can't do it because you made an error, and now you just can't go back on your word because that's what you people are about. So that still bothers me, and I'm not going to let that go at all. I'm one of them people that don't let go. No, what do I, Jerry, these days? What's the matter with me? What's the matter with me?
Too much on your plate, mate.
I've got too much going around in my head, haven't I, at times? It's when you're mad, this boxing game, Don Charles. What did I say, Don? When the ice breaks, I'll be waiting. Why is Don Charles coming out with the violins, going on about how they were robbed against Usyk? Still, even though he's managed to pinch a world title from IBF, Usyk's leftovers by default, beating a big stiff in Joshua, a gift, right? Why is Don Charles coming out moaning about that? Is it to make his son look good because he was at his depth on the night? What do you think?
He shot himself in the foot because he's went from 1 week with the whole Spencer Fearon madness and looking like he was hard done by, and then obviously getting the win with Daniel Dubois, to then coming out with he could have just kept a lid on the way he feels inside, but he had to let all that stuff out about they were robbed and that Dubois beat Usyk. I mean, he's now gone down in my estimation because of that. Because he's trying to say Usyk is a fraud, and he's not religious and all this crazy stuff. And he just seems like a lunatic now, mate.
Do you know what? You said Don Charles has shot his 7th foot. It must have been an elephant going to shoot him in the foot. Have you seen the size of his feet? He's got feet like a buffalo, mate. I swear to God. About that long and about that wide. Hey? It's no wonder his missus walks like John Wayne. Hey?
Where's mate? That's crazy.
Hey? Unbelievable. I saw him at a press conference years and years and years ago, Don Charles. He had a pair of, sliders on. He had a pair of Adidas sliders on. I swear to God, his big toes were that long, mate. Feet on him, man, like spaceships.
Jeepers, mate, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? It's all right, though, Don Charles. We like you, Don, really, but you were a brat when you were Chisora. You kept getting sacked and you kept going and not getting paid and you kept going back. That's like getting sacked from a factory and I'm not paying you your wages and you keep going back. You want your job back? Yeah, go on then. And I'm not paying you again. And it happens 6 times and you keep doing it till the end penny drops. I can understand him saying he could have turned to drugs and drink and gambling and all that. Well, anybody would want to if they were training Chisora for a decade, wouldn't it? It'd send you crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It would, wouldn't it? If you were training Derek War Chisora, I mean, when was the last time he were in a war? Or he just gets knocked about, doesn't he? If you were training him, right, he'd send you crackers, wouldn't he, Del Boy? Do you think?
Yeah, I couldn't think of any better example of someone who would send you completely up the wall than Derek Chisora.
Yeah, check this out, Jerry. I'm sure he's had 2 or 3 fights. Hamza Udin, Hamza Uddin. He's a Sam Jones fighter. Has he only had a couple of fights in?
I'll tell you now.
I'm sure he's had 2 fights, or he's up for his 3rd or something.
It says 10 and 2.
10 and 2, Hamza Udin.
Yeah, Hamza Udin, yeah.
Who did he fight in his 3rd fight?
Who did he fight in his 3rd fight? Let's just see.
What's that?
Awis Hussein.
Yeah, and what that for a belt?
English Boxing National Junior Championship.
Is that what is that in pros? Jerry, what you on here? Are you on pros or you on? What are you doing to him, Jerry? What are you doing to him?
Just on BoxRec, mate.
Yeah, it depends which one you go on. Fucking it needs passwords and all that shit.
I know, mate. Here we go. Yeah, third fight as a pro. Ben Norman.
Is that for a belt?
No, doesn't say here, no.
Well, click on right hand side on event and it'll tell you if it's for a belt. No? Well, I agreed with what he said. I thought he only had a couple of fights in that guy, and Sam's trying to protect him. And I listened to his interview. And to be honest with you, it's the first time that I've heard Sam Jones talk sense about. Is he a 21-year-old, that kid?
Yep, 21. Yeah.
21. Do you know what, Sam Jones? Well done for not risking that kid at this age. That is really good because I always had you down as a mercenary. Well done. But then you go and let you send down at the end of the interview and you say, Sam, do you think Joshua can beat Jabbar? Absolutely, yeah, he can beat him at rematch. Sam, that is monitor lizard behavior. Human monitor lizard. You said all them good things and then you just let you send down at end of the interview. Fucking liquor. So it is. Do you think he's a liquor, that Sam Jones?
Oh, he's a liquor of the highest order, mate.
Dale Nichols. He was
cringeworthy.
Hey?
He's just cringeworthy. Sam Jones is cringeworthy, mate. Dale
Nichols used to come on here. He used to, because I banned you now, Anna Dale, you wrong. And Don't even speak to me. He lives in next village. I said, I'm coming around to your house, man. I'm going to chop one out on your coffee table. He's barricading in. Now that I'm on his manor, well, Dale, I'm busy. Dale used to go berserk. He used to say Sam Jones is not a monitor lizard. He's a human centipede. He's a human centipede like Isaac, Bamba gas going low. Because Isaac Lowe's always got his tongue up Tyson's arsehole, hasn't he?
Oh my God, that's horrendous,
Isaac
mate.
Lowe, eh? The Lowster.
No one wants to think of this.
But yeah, Sam Jones, he lets you send down Sam. He does all that, and then he realizes that he has to come out and put Eddie's PR stuff out for him, saying, "Oh yeah, Joshua can beat Jabbar in rematch." What, after losing every round against him and getting put on Button Moon? Do me a favour, Sam. Stop licking arsehole. Tell it what you say when you go to your home to your missus at night and you go, I can't see Joshua beating Jabbar. But I can't come out and say it in any interviews, can they? Lickers! Off with their heads. That's what I reckon. So, it is what it is, isn't it?
No rematch required. No rematch required.
No rematch required at all. You heard what Eddie said about Bute Froch. Why do we need a rematch? He just got put on Button Moon inside 5 rounds. Well, Joshua against Jabbar would have worse a beatdown than what Froch gave Bute. But yet Eddie feels like they've got a rematch. Andy would have challenged it. If Carl Froch had lost against Bute and got launched and torn apart inside 5 rounds, do you think they still took that rematch in Canada? Probably Eddie would have done it anyway, but it wouldn't have warranted it with fans, would it? It would have said Froch is just going out there for a payday. And that's all this is. And I want these YouTubers to say to Eddie, come on, Eddie. Joshua's just turning up for another big payday against Jabbar. That's all we want. Some normality, some honesty. What do you think, Jerry?
Of course. I mean, you know, when Froch fought Kessler first time, close fight, Kessler got the decision.
In his own town.
You know, and then, you know, that warrants a rematch, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't happen right away.
No,
it didn't happen right away, isn't that right? So, you know, why did we always have to have these stupid rematches right after? You know, Dubois should go off in his own direction now for a couple of fights at least. I know, obviously, interest then would probably deteriorate, you know, in terms of fighting Joshua again, and that's why they want to make it as soon as possible because people are still thinking about it. But I mean, it really doesn't need a rematch. He had the bricks beat off him. He landed about 2 punches. Don't buy into any of this nonsense where people are saying Joshua turned it around in round 5 before getting knocked out himself. That's the most garbage thing I've ever heard in my life. So, you know, they're just, I don't know, they're just doing this for to squeeze any last drop of money out of the whole situation, I think. But we don't need to see it, Ross.
Listen, Froch Kessler, let me just tell you about this. They had that fight, right, in Denmark, right? Froch retired him that night. He didn't fight for God knows how long after, and he came out and said he retired because he was that smashed to pieces. He was smashed to pieces. Carl smashed him to bits. People need to go and watch that fight. Yeah, he got robbed on scorecards, but then he'd done him in London, didn't he? But the Bute one, that didn't warrant a rematch, but it's funny how the Joshua one warrants a rematch because they all want to get paid. Bricktap wants an easy payday with Jabbar. They're not putting their hands in the pockets, the Saudis are. Plus, they're not having to put the event on, Matchroom or Queensbury, so it's free gratis. That's all this is, free gratis. And Joshua is being tucked at gallows. He's on Green Mile, mate. They don't care for him. He knows he's turning up for a payday. He will fall inside a round against Jabbar. Jabbar will just jump on him and let him know and make him fragile. So just Don Charles has got easiest job at wheel. They just say, look, jump on him, pop, pop, bang. Speaking of pop, pop, bang, why is he running around with security? Why does he need security? A big killer fighting man like him.
He's got security, like? That's the craziest thing ever.
Security, hasn't he? Do you know why? Because they don't want him doing out stupid, do they, at these shows and that, do they? Only when he does these evenings with John Fury. Who wants to go to an evening with John Fury to hear him tell absolute whoppers about his big fighting career on the tarmac?
So he's got minders then?
Well, Spencer Brown's a very shrewd man, isn't it? He's not that shrewd, though. He couldn't put Mickey Theo and John on, but he's a shrewd enough man to know that the last thing we need is big John Fury doing something stupid and showing them all up, especially when they're all filling the pockets and dipping the bread with these Saudi Reddies. Because these Saudi Reddies, they're not going to be here forever, you know. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, of course, mate, of course.
Not going to be here forever, so... Okay, then. Bagpuss, Sean O'Hagan, who trains Josh Warrington, going on about game plans. Josh didn't stick to game plan. Why did he give him a game plan, right? For as if he's a fighter from 5 years ago. He's not the same fighter. He don't throw 85 punches around. He throws half that amount. So he's 50% of the fighter. So he hasn't got anything to his game to add it. He can't change it up with that because he's just a straight brawler. Really. The point I want to make is this. He's a pressure fighter. Is he finished as a trainer, giving him a game plan like that, but the kid's shot to bits, and he give Reese Mould a game plan that were pony as well, and Maxi Hughes, but Maxi Hughes managed to put it out of fire. Does he know what he's doing, Bagpuss? Yes or no?
I mean, I'm gonna have to say no here. I'm gonna have to say no here.
There you go.
Proof's in the pudding, really, but you know, I wouldn't say Josh Warrington's completely washed up, but without a doubt, he is not the same fighter that he was 5 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah. He just can't maintain it anymore. And I mean, it's like if that's your main strategy as a boxer, and you can no longer do that anymore, unless you're that good enough that you're able to completely change your game plan, then you won't be able to continue anymore. You're just going to keep losing.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. On that one. Right, we're going to finish off on this. The White Rhino. He's on Josh Wales' show in Barnsley, 23rd of November. For anybody who wants a ticket, get in touch with the White Rhino on social media because he needs to pull up the Reddies to pay for opponent. I know how bad's that. Paying to fight on other shows. What's up with the promoters selling it? I don't know, but if the White Rhino wants to go on a show in his area, he's got to pay to get on there, pay for an opponent at least. He wants to fight for free to get his center ranking and put his head in the mix. That's just how it's gone. We don't agree with that, do we, Jerry? Fighters having to pay to fight.
No.
Can the White Rhino get back in the mix and get in the good books with Eddie Hills and Bricktop? Yes or no?
I'm gonna be tough on this one and say no. I'd like him to. Everybody likes Dave Allen, popular guy. I don't think you're a fan of his videos, but I've watched a few of them, and I think he comes across quite well in them.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. We've heard him all before, haven't we, on IFL and boxing? So
it is.
Really.
But it's good. At least he's done it for himself. I like as well that he's lost a bit of weight, etc. But I don't think.
But we've heard it all before, Jerry, haven't we?
I think the ship's sailed, mate. I don't think he's going to be able to get in the mix.
Well, I've given him some advice on my channel, and he won't take it. And the advice is this: jog on for 12 months and get fit, super fit. And then come back and remold yourself, clean shaven, get a suit on, and get your gym kit and go turn up at a gym and get a glossy trainer or whatever you do that's associated with a glossy promoter and start talking sense instead of talking like Scooby fucking do. That's what you need to do. And people might take you seriously. Get rid of the entourage with all these Klingons that you've got around you. And stop being Mr. Advisor, Manager, Trainer and all that. That's how I look at it, because if you're such a good manager, how come you're managing yourself and you're fighting for free? What sort of manager is a boxer himself, but he's going and paying to fight? So I wouldn't want him advising any of my fighters if I was a trainer or a promoter, would you?
No, he's taking a gamble there, so it's a shame that he has to, but...
Yeah, it is. And you know what? He's a casualty of boxing that shows you that you get drawn in, like he got drawn in with Eddie Hills. Eddie loves me. Dave, you're part of the Matchroom family. You can always come to shows for free. And then what happens then? Don't forget, Dave never had a deal, did you, Dave, with Eddie Hills? And what happens? You get used and abused. You get offered to go on a bricktop show. They offer you a package, and you're running back to Eddie. Eddie, look what Bricktop's offered me. Don't worry about it, Dave. I'll match it. And Darren Barker, yeah, tell Bricktop you want this much to fight Dubois. So Dave then goes back, relaying the message. And Bricktop goes, no chance. Ends up with 0. And there you go. And that's boxing for you. And where is he now? In the wilderness, trying to get back in the mix. Go and get a job. Get a job. All right. Get a job or get to food banks. That's what do you think, Jerry? Am I harsh there?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you have to be harsh, you know, you have to be harsh, unfortunately. He's been shafted and he's not ended up in as good a position as he could have been.
Yeah.
At the very best, Russ, I think you could see him in with someone lower tier, like Johnny Fisher or something, maybe. That's at the very most, but I don't see any way back for Dave into anything significant, really, now.
I don't. I'll just see him in wilderness. He's already knocked 3 fights back on the Dennis show because Dennis says they've got to be 8 rounders or 6 rounders. He wanted to fight in 4 rounders after 30 odd fights. Oh my God! Think they can pile wins up against Dossers, right? Well, they're going to keep piling wins up against these men that are ranked 1,500 or 1,200. And then put your Senate shot window. Boxing don't work like that. Where is your brains at? Wasn't it not so long ago that David was putting out tweets saying I'm 2 fights away from a Joshua fight? Is he 2 fights away from him now? Or 20 fucking 2?
Jesus, I don't know, mate.
I don't know. Maybe I am harsh. Maybe I get my point across quite forceful. I don't care if anybody's got a problem. They know what they can do. Swivel. That's about it, Jerry. Right, I'm going to have 1 more can of Guinness, and then I'm going to have some lasagna. A bit
Sounds
of
good,
mate. Yeah, beef lasagna, and then I'm going to go boom. So, all right, mate. Well, listen, you take care, Jerry. Thanks for liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. Jerry, you've been fantastic tonight. We've had some good banter. You make me laugh, you do.
Good stuff, man.
Get
good
a fucking haircut. All right, mate. I'll see you, mate.
Cheeky kid.
Bye-bye.
See you later, mate.
Right. Well, that was Jerry. Women don't love him. Men fucking don't want to be him. That's about it. I'm off to Manchester in the morning. I'm off to Doncaster. Sorry, in the morning, 6 a.m. And then I'm going to the factory. Then I'm going to Manchester. No, I'm going to Scalp to do some filming at my mate's Scalp. That air tattoo thing. I'll go in there, do some filming there, give him a bit of a promo. Then I'm going to Manchester to see my pal Gary from Welcome Estates. Going there for the weekend. Hopefully, I'll be dropping in to see my mate Frank from Bury. Have a night with Frank as well, Frank Smith. Frank, I love you. I can't wait to see your teeth. Frank had your teeth job, haven't you? 80-year-old with a teeth job. Go on, lad. Right, all this swinging in Bury. All right, hope to see you, Dave as well from Bury and Rick Maudsley, all them lads. All right, all good lads. Quiggy, I know you don't drink, but if you're about, I'm coming to your mum's chippy, Quiggy. Patty and chips I like with fish bits. Scott Quick. All right, listen, you take care. Go on. Peace out. Don't forget Pokers International YouTube. There's a great video going on there. Pop, pop, bang.